Hello, you guys. This is Bridget with Horse Auctions USA, and we are getting ready for one of my favorite sales of the year. I never ever miss it, and that is the East Tennessee 4B Gated Horse Sale held in White Pine, Tennessee at the Great Smoky Mountain Expo Center at Walter State. It is always a good time. It is an incredible selection of gated horses. If it's gated, it will be here on Saturday. They've got over 300 head. There's 300 in the catalog and then several after, and there is genuinely something for everyone. So the purpose of this video today is to just quickly go over the schedule and the resources that are available to you as buyers that will be very helpful. Chelsea's worked really hard on the website, so lots of great resources for you to use, and then to go over how to register and participate in online bidding. Of course, this is an in-person sale. We would love to have you join us in person. We've got a lot of great vendors on site, so great shopping, both, horse shopping and then horse attachments shopping. There's all kinds of vendors set up. But if you can't come in person, there is no reason to miss out. The entire sale will be webcast live with online bidding. So we're going to go over all of that, and let's get right into it. First and foremost, if you're watching this, you probably already follow the page on Facebook, but just in case you don't, this is what the official Facebook page looks like. Make sure that this is the page you are on, right? Look at the address bar, facebook.com/4B horse sale. Unfortunately, in this day and age, there's lots and lots of scammers who impersonate pages. So if you've ever gotten a friend request from 4B horse sale or anything like that, know that that is not us, okay? This is the official Facebook page. So you can kind of scroll down through there. Lots of the after catalog horses have been posted on here, and just kind of go down through, make sure you like, follow, maybe even give the page a share. So that's the Facebook page. Where you're going to go for all of that helpful information I was talking about is right here. And that is the 4B Horse Sale website. And like I said, Chelsea has done an amazing job with this website. It's very comprehensive. It is 4bhorsesale.com. Okay, so when you go there, what you want to click on here is sale info. And if you scroll right down, she has very carefully laid out everything. This top section predominantly is going to pertain to our sellers. But for our buyers, if you kind of scroll on down here, it's going to give you a great layout of the grounds, right, where everything is. It's going to give you the full event schedule, okay? It's going to give you host hotels for those of you coming in person. And then this is going to be a big one for my online bidders, equine transport. These are just a few of the transporters that we do work with. So their contact information is here, and that's just there to be a good resource for you. As a buyer, it is up to you to reach out to the transporters and get quotes and get that set up. But we've got that there for you so that you have easy access. Okay, there's transporters here that go coast to coast. So wherever you happen to be, we can hook you up with a transporter to make that happen. So start time on the sale is 9 o'clock sharp on Saturday. Again, we've got over 300 heads, so it's going to be an all-day event. Come early, plan on staying late. You're going to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner with us, and we're going to sell a lot of horses. The online catalog. We at Horse Auctions USA have a digital online catalog, so you can navigate that catalog. Even if you're coming in person, you might find use of the online catalog helpful. It'll be just like the printed catalog. It'll have pictures, videos, all that good stuff. And we are going to go to that now. So the online catalog, you're going to, in your browser window, type bid, like you're placing a bid, B-I-D, period, horse, auctions, and there's an S at the end of auctions, USA.com. Okay, and that's going to bring you here. And as our name implies, Horse Auctions USA, we are all over the U.S. with lots of sales. And the one we're talking about is right here, right? East Tennessee 4B Gated Horse Sale. You're going to click View Auction under that. We do also have an app. So a little word about the app. The app is available for both iPhone and Android. Having said that, my Android users have been having a tough time with the Google Play Store. So if you're on Android, I'm going to recommend for the moment that you use your browser rather than the app if you don't already have our app installed. I just don't want anyone to have any problems. And since we know that people are having some issues with the Android version of the app, I just want to kind of head that off. If you have an iPhone, you can go to the App Store, or you can go to horseauctionsusa.com, and you can download our app, right? There's a little icon here. It says our app, and click download. And this is what the app looks like. So if you're going to be using your iPhone to bid, I do recommend scoping out the app. It's super, super user friendly. The only difference between this and the browser is that the sales will be laid out vertically to fit your phone, right? So this simulates being open on the app. So here it is, East Tennessee. We're going to click on view auction. Same thing. Okay, so just kind of throwing that out there on the app. Again, my Android users, I'm sorry. It's a little issue we haven't seemed to be able to hammer out. So I just kind of want to throw that out there so no one is frustrated with it. So once you are on the bidding website, this is what it looks like, right? When you first click on view auction, what this brings up is basically an index, right? An index of the horses that are coming to the sale. Okay, so you can kind of scroll down through, right? See them all there. And then when you see one you want to know a little more about, if you click on their heading, that will open up their complete listing, right? Their full description. If they have a video, and the vast majority of these horses do have videos, it will tell you in the heading that they have a video. The video is always going to be the second thumbnail. So here's the first thumbnail. Here's the second thumbnail. So I can go ahead and play Protections for the video right there. And then any additional photos, if we've got a picture of the registration papers, those will show up as well. So that's a little bit about how to navigate. Again, there's 300 head in the catalog, and then there will be some after. The after catalog horses are not yet here in the online catalog as of this recording. I'm recording this about lunchtime on Friday. I will, by this evening, have all of the after catalog horses listed. So that is to say that every horse that is in the sale will be available for online bidding. So if you don't see those after catalog horses in the online catalog yet, don't panic, they're coming. Okay, I will be getting them on there. There is a little search icon here, so if you're looking for something very specific, you are welcome to try that out. For example, if you are looking for a color like blue roan, you can type that in and it will pull up everything that lists blue roan in the description. If you're looking for a specific breed, like maybe they mentioned it's a Rocky, you might type Rocky. Okay, so that's the little search bar. So if you're looking for something very specific, you might find that useful. You'll notice next to each or under each and every horse, there's a little prompt that says register to bid. So if you're planning on bidding online, that's what you're going to click. So you click register to bid. And what that's going to bring up is this little pop-up window. Now, if you're brand new to Horse Auctions USA, you've never had an account with us before at any of our sales, don't put your email and your password in here, okay? You're going to go down to the very bottom where it says no account, sign up here, and you're going to click on that. You're going to enter your name, your email, and your password, and then continue. It is then going to go on to give you the terms and conditions of the sale, and I would encourage you to read those terms and conditions because you are bound by them whether you read them or not. If you click on any horse, when it brings up their heading, the terms are all listed here as well, so you can kind of read them ahead of time. But again, when you register to bid, it's going to give you those terms and conditions. It's also going to have you enter a credit or a debit card. Now listen closely because this will save a lot of phone calls. When you put your credit or your debit card in, Horse Auctions USA is going to put a $500 pre-authorization on that card, okay? It's not a charge. It's a pre-authorization like when you rent a car. I absolutely hate that we have to do that, but we are subject to scammers just like the rest of the world, and I need to make sure that you are a real live human over the age of 18 and you have a valid payment method to pay for the winning bids that you may have, okay? Pre-authorizations, how do those work on cards? So on my end, it's an automatic, right? It's a $500 hold and it falls off automatically at the end of the auction. How it shows on your end is entirely dependent on your bank, but for most banks, it's going to show up as a pending charge, okay? And if you have mobile banking, you might even get a little notification to your phone that there's a $500 charge, which 9 times out of 10 sends people into a tailspin. It's not a charge. I can't stress this enough. It's a pre-authorization. So in mobile banking, it'll look like a pending charge. It'll never complete, okay? It's going to fall off on my end automatically. When it falls off on your bank's end is, again, entirely dependent on your bank. I have no control over that. It is generally the next business day. So Monday, some banks will be Tuesday. Again, entirely up to your bank. Just know that no, we're not charging you 500 bucks to register to bid, okay? It's just a hold. And I'm sorry for the inconvenience. I know nobody likes that, but again, we've got people bidding from all over the country and sometimes out of the country. We just kind of need to make sure that everybody is who they say they are and is a serious bidder. So now that we got that little housekeeping portion out of the way, for my returning users, you guys are going to enter your email and your password that you hopefully remember if you had an account with us. If you don't remember your password, and it happens to all of us, there's a handy dandy forgot your password reset link here. If you use that and wait about 10 minutes and the magical reset your password email does not appear, reach out to me by text and let me know you need your password fixed, and I can do that for you. It's very important that you do that before we start the sale at 9 o'clock on Saturday, because once we start the sale, I am up on that auction block and I'm reading pedigrees and running computers, and I can't, stop all of that in order to fix an account. So if there's any question about whether or not you remember your password, you might want to get registered beforehand. Just so if you do need some assistance, I can do that for you. My phone number can be found throughout the website here on Horse Auctions USA, but I'll give it to you here as well. It's 336-904-8903. Okay, so if you forgot your password, just shoot me a quick text with your email and that you forgot it, and I will fix it for you. Now that we have said all that, let me get into my bidder account and let's get into how to bid online, okay? So I am now logged into my bidder account and I am registered to bid at the 4B horse sale. And how do I know this? Number one, my name appears in the upper right-hand corner, right? That tells me I'm logged into my account. Number two, all my handy dandy little registered to bid prompts have now changed. Now they're asking me if I want to place a bid. So those are the two things that tell you you are A, logged in, and B, logged into an account that you want to be placing bids on. There's two different ways to bid on this platform. The first is to watch and bid with us live, just like you were here with us on Saturday, okay? So we'll go over how to do that. And then the second way is to place absentee bids and let the computer do the work for you, and we'll go over that in just a moment. So let's for a moment pretend that it is Saturday morning at 9 o'clock and we're ready to go. And I'm going to click on the practice bidding lot here, but we're going to, for when we're actually live, you're going to click on the active lot, which will be lot number 1. So we're going to start here. There's this nice little view live, which you'll pull up, and it's going to pull this up, so I'm going to mute it because that's going to be really annoying. So this will be your live feed right here, okay? And you'll hear me just like you hear me now, reading pedigrees and all of that, and we'll be off to the races. So this will be a live video for you here. You can do a couple of things. If you want to make the screen bigger for a moment, you can click the maximize down here, and that'll give you a nice big view. Just note that when you do that, you lose your bid button. So if you just kind of want to get a quick view, you can do that. Let's say we're selling a registered horse and you just wanted to peek back at the paper super fast. You can click on if the papers are down here in the pictures, you can click on that and see it real quick, and it'll minimize your live feed, and then you can click right back over to the live feed. So just when you're watching live tomorrow, just be aware that you can maximize this, and you can switch over to a picture and then switch back. Use your little navigation down here in order to change what appears in this big square up here. So we're live. The auctioneer is asking for $1,000 and I want to place my bid. And on that note, I know some of you have a hard time deciphering what the auctioneer is saying. And basically what that means is people kind of get hung up on the auctioneer's chant, right? And so a lot of times at sales around the country, I hear, I can't understand the auctioneer. And I think it stems from people trying to understand all of the auctioneer's chant. Don't get so hung up on that, okay? And it happens for a lot of people, so you're not alone. You need to worry about the dollar number, the dollar amount, right? That figure that's coming out of his mouth. That's what you need to worry about from the auctioneer. As far as the actual horse information, we speak that, just like I'm speaking to you now, right? So you'll understand all of that. When the auctioneer gets to doing his thing, you just worry about the dollar amount. I'll be keeping up with him, and that's the dollar amount that's going to be reflected on your bid button. So let's pretend we're live. He's asking for 1,000 and I want to bid 1,000. I'm going to click once to bid, and you see how it says confirm bid? I haven't placed my bid yet. You have to click a second time to confirm the bid. Now there is absolutely no question that I am the high bidder, right? That my bid has been accepted. It's turned green. I got little stars and it specifically says I'm the high bidder. Okay, so when you're bidding live, don't forget you have to click again to confirm the bid. And why is it that way? We don't want an accidental bidding, right? Nothing good has ever come from that. So click once to bid, twice to confirm for those of you who are bidding live. Okay. Alternatively, if the bid increments are going too fast for you, you can grab this little drop down bar and you can bid higher than what we're asking. So if he's asking for, 1,500 and you're like, no, I just want to bid 1,800, you can pop over here real quick and type in 1,800. You know what I mean? And make it happen. So that's for my live bidders. For my absentee bidders, why would you absentee bid? There's a couple of reasons. We're going to go over all of them because everyone doesn't always think of them. The most obvious reason to use absentee bidding is you can't watch live on Saturday. Maybe you have to work, the kids got a game, you got a family thing, whatever it is. Okay, that's a pretty obvious reason. The less obvious reasons. If you live in rural America, you may very well live where there is slow or doggy internet service. Live auctions rely on fast service, okay? And we've got pretty good service. We use satellite internet at the sale, so there's no delay on my end, but I have no control over delays on yours. So if you live in rural America and when you try to download a video or watch something on YouTube and it's buffering and you got the little circle going around and around, you have doggy internet. So just be aware that if you're bidding live, that could work against you, right? It's possible that there would be a lag with your bid getting in. And unfortunately, if your bid comes in as the auctioneer is saying sold, it's all over but the crying, folks. There's nothing I can do. So I hate for people to miss a bid. So just be aware of that. If that applies to you and where you live, you might want to think about this next option we're going to talk about. Absentee bidding. This works just like eBay. For those of you who've ever used eBay, you're going to place a maximum bid and then sit back and let the computer do the work for you. Okay, so how do we do that? Next to the bid bar, you'll see these little drop down arrows. If you grab that, it's going to bring this up, create a max bid. And if you click on that, you can put in your maximum amount. I'm going to put a low maximum on this practice bid because I would encourage you folks to use this practice bidding lot to play around and get comfortable. So I'm going to place my max bid and I want to show you what happens. So you'll notice the computer acknowledged that my maximum bid is $2,000, but I am still the high bidder at $1,000. Don't be afraid to put your maximum bid in here thinking the computer's just going to whack you for that right out of the gate. It's not, okay? When you set a maximum bid, you are in essence telling the computer to bid on your behalf, right? To work as your proxy and bid in your best interest. So the computer is programmed to keep you as the winning bidder for the lowest possible amount. So I'm going to sit right here as the high bidder at $1,000 until someone comes along and knocks me out. And if you bid $1,250, the computer is going to remove your $1,250 bid and say you've been outbid and put me in at $1,250 because I've placed a max bid. It's going to kind of sit there, right? It's not just going to automatically put me in at $2,000. It's going to go by increments until we get there. And then if one of you comes along and bids $2,250, well, I'm out. And the computer is going to send me a notification that says, hey, you've been outbid, you need to bid again. So for my folks that do have poor internet, what a lot of my bidders in the past have done, and it has worked well for them, is they go ahead and they place their max bid on their favorite horse, and then they do still watch live, because you can, as you saw earlier, you can jump in, you know what I mean, when we were watching live, and you can edit that bid. You know what I mean? You can raise it if you want to. So that may be a nice fail-safe to put in there. Again, if you've got bad internet and you don't want to risk losing out on the horse that you wanted to bid on. Another thing I want to point out, if you place a maximum bid and then that horse comes in the ring and there's an announcement or we observed something or there's a bet note that is different than this information that was available to you. So let's just say practice bidding horse comes in, right? Here's all practice bidding horses information. And it doesn't say anything about him being a cribber here, but then he comes in the ring and the owner's like, oh, by the way, he cribs when he's stalled. We're going to take your maximum bid out, right? We're going to remove your bid. And we're doing that because that is information that wasn't available to you when you placed the bid, and we don't want that to happen. There's nothing that will prevent you if that does happen from popping in. Like most of my people who place max bids will still kind of keep an eye on things. So if that happens to you, like you placed a bid on this horse and then they come in and say, oh, he's a cribber, and I take your bid out and you're like, you know what, I don't mind that. I'm good with a cribber. You can go right ahead and replace your bid, okay? There's nothing preventing you from doing that. But we want to err on the side of caution. We don't want anyone to get any unwelcome surprises. So that's a little bit about how to bid and all of that good stuff. So let's just say you're the winning bidder. You won. Now what? Well, first, congratulations. That's awesome. Second, what do we do? The office is going to call you, but you can also call them. The office number's right here on the 4B flyer right at the bottom. Okay. So they're going to need to get settled up with you and touch base with you sometime before the end of sale day on Saturday. If you need a health certificate for transport, we need to know that within 30 minutes of the end of the sale. So just as soon as you're done bidding for the day, you need to let them know if you need a health certificate so the vet can get that written for you. Because once the vet leaves, it's pretty hard to get a health certificate written. Um, you can pay with cash, check, or card. So some people do online bidding and then are coming themselves and want to pay cash at pickup. In order to do that, you would need to pick up Saturday evening. If you are planning on wiring on Monday, that's something you'll need to address with the office beforehand. Okay, so you want to give the office a call today and make all the arrangements to wire. Generally, if there's going to be a wire situation, we're going to require a deposit on your card until the wire is received, and then we'll refund your card kind of thing. And again, it's just to make sure that everything is taken care of properly. All horses do need to be off site by noon on Sunday because this is not our owned facility, right? We're renting this facility. So all the horses do need to be picked up by noon. If you're utilizing a transport company, most of these transport companies are well versed in this and they know and they can provide some layover board for you if you need that. So with all that being said, that's the scoop on bidding online. Again, my name is Bridget. If you have any questions, please reach out to me, 336-904-8903. I'll be at the sale all afternoon Friday. I'm going to try to do some videos for you. So keep an eye on the 4B Facebook page for those. And we are looking forward to a great sale. Thank you, everyone. And we will see you bright and early Saturday morning.